Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we'll be taking a look at the premium German cruiser Agir at Tier 8. And I know I like a lot of ships, but this is very high on my list, especially at Tier 8. This is an absolute fun ship. And let's go ahead and talk about it here, guys. So, Commander, we are using Riegerwald. If you don't have him, you could 100% use Von Miller, but I've been experimenting with commanders a lot, and I really like Riegerwald for the AP. Like I said, though, Von Miller will work just fine. Had a few matches with him. He worked just fine as well. This, as soon as I switched over to Riegerwald, though, you can notice a difference. I am a big component of commanders can really help a ship, and I can assure you that this is one of them cases. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead. It is Francesco Membelli, Nikolai Kuzganov. His base trait is Merciless, and with Beyond Range, Kraken Shells, Punch Through, Fixated, and Refill Station. Now, you could go with Fully Packed, but the more I play the game, outside of probably smoke cruisers or some really good things, I have been using Refill Station to get reload. Reload, in my opinion, is just making a ship better. That's all it is. All right. For our upgrades, we are using Aiming Systems Mod 1, Propulsion Mod 2, and Concealment Mod 1, along with Main Battery Mod 3. Now, you, you could go with the gunfire control systems, but the ship doesn't need that extra range and it's not accurate. The reason I would say this would be a viable option is the turret traverse penalty here can be significant on this ship. In fact, in our match, you're going to see it play out a little bit here. All right, for our loadouts, you have two on this build. You could get three if you're using fully packed. Really awesome sonars. They are very good, very high-end hydras. Repair piracy. You do have very solid repairs for a cruiser. But again, this ship is very tanky, and I don't know that you really need them. And you do have a secondary targeting systems. Also in this slot, you could take defensive AA, but why would you? All right. And then also here, we're going to look at the specs. 62,000 health. That's very good for a cruiser. Also, the torpedo reduction is huge for a cruiser. 37%. This thing is very tanky, all right? There's a lot of very good attributes this ship has. Being tanky is one of them, just as, I thought, a lot of people think Alaska's tankier. This has more health and more torpedo reduction, guys, okay? So, and in fact, it has as much torpedo reduction as most battleships. For your main guns, you do have 9 12-inch guns here, guys, and they do have the quarter pen HE. I am always a proponent of switching when you need to, and ship is no different. I will say though, I would definitely say the AP is the stronger option on this ship, but the HE can pen 76 millimeters of armor, meaning basically everything but, armor belts so just be aware of that, because I don't think German HE gets talked off about enough. But that being said, in this ship, the AP, particularly, especially when you add Reigerwald, is really fantastic. Like, really fantastic. Torpedoes. Oh, another thing about these guns here, guys, quick. The 180 time is bad, and they do get knocked out a lot. All right, that's one thing. The one negative about this ship, The guns get knocked out like French guns, in my opinion, and the turrets don't turn of vast, and you can actually see that catch me off guard in the match that you're gonna see. And also the secondaries, while they go out to 6-3, I don't feel like that's what this ship is strong, best suited for. Uh, Building into the secondaries, I'm sure it could be effective because, like a lot of the German cruisers, this is a pretty good brawler up close. But like I said, the main guns on this are so good that I would hate to take away from them to build into the secondaries. And I have my own personal rule where if the secondaries aren't at least 6-8, I generally don't build into them too much, right? So to start with, torpedoes, these are, you do get two sets of four, but uh, they're nice defensive torps, but you generally don't have them. They're at midship and they get knocked out a lot. You're going to see that in our match as well. And the AA is good, okay? This actually, in my opinion, you see 93. Obviously, you think it's good. The one thing that stands out to me on this is the AA. Most of the damage is out at distance, and sometimes that number doesn't factor it out, but this can absolutely destroy planes. Trust me. Now, maneuverability, this is kind of the downside of it. You're basically looking at battleship maneuverability with a little bit of speed. The turning circle is not good. And again, in my match, the reason I picked the match that I do isn't necessarily for damage. It's about how to play the ship, and you're going to see in our match that I basically take on half of a team by myself and do just fine. Concealment, not great, but it is a large super cruiser, essentially almost a battle cruiser. 11-9, not the greatest statistics, as you can see here. Now, I'll be very clear. I was testing out commanders. My first match, I accidentally put on a commander, an aircraft commander. I don't know how I did it, but it absolutely, for people that say commanders don't matter, I can assure you they do. I've actually done this once when I was doing the American Battleship Commander's Guide. I accidentally put on a aircraft carrier again. I don't know why. I've done it a few times lately, but that outside of that, really not good game. This ship has been fantastic. And obviously I won't have an 83% win rate forever in this, or I don't think I will. Maybe it's very good at carrying a team. Very good at carrying a team. So even with that match considered, where I really messed up with the commander, and I've been experimenting with commanders on this ship between Mueller and von Mueller and Reigerwald. Main guns are absolutely awesome at 45% accuracy. I'm not even at distance. They seem very good, which is kind of weird for German ships. And you can see our average damage is 92,000, which is very respectable. And a very big key on this ship, guys, potential damage 1 million average a match, right? So I 100% can take on, this is as tanky. I play very much almost like a battleship in this ship, all right? Very tanky. Most people, I would be happy with a 1 million potential damage on a battleship. I would say that's about my average. And so you can see you can take a lot of heat. In fact, this match is going to be the 1.3 million match that you guys see me take on. Now I haven't taken on a lot of aircraft, but you can see the one match that I did. It did shoot down a few aircraft, but I haven't been focused in this, but I can assure you that the AA is pretty solid. Now, you do have some really good armor on this ship. Now, again, every ship's weakness is going broadside. This is no different. But surprisingly, I've gotten away with more than I should in this ship, to be honest with you. That being said, you have a 27 millimeter bow and stern, meaning 16-inch guns overmatch you. And if we go ahead and take this off, you guys could go ahead and see we got a pretty good superstructure. So people, you know, it's easy to hit. But one thing to note here, guys, is this turtleback. It's a half turtle. I always call these half turtlebacks if the citadel isn't angled too. So you can, especially up close, get away with a few things that you shouldn't be able to, but be very careful with it, okay? Also, right here, you do have a raised citadel, so if somebody gets your broadside, particularly a battleship, you could have a rough time. I haven't yet, but it is a raised citadel, and it is a little bit bigger. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that being said, we're at two brothers, and we're not going to get a lot of support on our side, and that's okay because we are going to absolute carry on this side. And this is why I wanted to showcase this ship. The ship, or this match, shows a lot of things that characterize this ship. You're going to see the guns get knocked out. You're going to see me take on an entire team. Well, 4 guys, so half of the team, essentially, guys, over here. We are going to have a destroyer and a battleship, but we are going to get not much help from them. This isn't a rip on them. Just unfortunate events. And actually, our battleship does make a decent play, but I don't want to wreck that yet. That being said, we're moving up, and this ship, to be honest, to most scenarios, I'd probably go straight in, but because you can be ultra aggressive in this ship, especially on a map like Two Brothers, where you limit Two Brothers, the crossfire is very limited because you have these giant mountains in between that nobody's lobbing, and we are going to go ahead and do our best to put ourselves in a good position here. So I wanted to get behind this island and kind of just check out what's here before I go too crazy. And we're going to go ahead and push in a little bit here. Now, our battleship is going to go ahead and I'm letting people know I'm spotted. And this is where it gets great. So Hampshire shoots here and knocks out my gun. And that's one thing you got to be careful with this ship, in the fact of it's very, very much like a French ship on the main guns getting knocked out. And the torpedoes. You can see the torpedoes are at the very middle. They have great torpedo angles, but they get knocked out all the time. You can see Mains is doing a good job. Now, because Hampshire's back there, I can't see the destroyer. If there's one over here, I'm assuming there actually is one over here. We're going to use Angela Island. We're still out in the open, in being the main focus of the team, kind of. But Mains is a really powerful ship, and you're going to see I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of him. And we're going to go ahead and just focus the Mains right now. Obviously, Hampshire's behind the island. And you can see, oh, there's a destroyer over there, so I'm being a little bit careful. But we're going to start to citadel the Mains. So another thing is, guys, these guns can absolutely citadel battleships, 100%. So if you get a broadside on a battleship, take it. Now you can see we're hitting all guns. That was all the guns at range right there that we just hit. Obviously, we're being careful because we knew where the ship was. I probably could have used a sonar there, but I was kind of aware of where that was coming from, so I didn't need to. And you're going to see I'm watching the middle of the map here, and the one battleship starts to go back over to my right. I didn't realize our left battleship just got instantly obliterated by torpedoes right away. It happens, you know. But we get one spotting on mains, and we take them out. Now that main's off the board, I can be a little bit more aggressive. I was backing up to make sure that middle, to support our middle here. But we can see we single-handedly got rid of mains. And we're going to go ahead, and I was taking a look to see if the middle was coming, but there was 2 battleships there. And to be honest, I was hoping our battleship would come help us out. The one can defend it. He has got a better angle if that guy pokes his nose out. And just going in there like that, you're going to see... I'm trying to get that other battleship to help, because honestly, that just seems like a position where he's going to get rammed, okay? Because he's got full health, or it could go real bad for him. And, you know, you can see I was asking for help. You're going to see what happens to that battleship that left us. It's a good play to go back, but once he had enough help, there's no reason to be too aggressive. You can see I'm spotted. And you guys want to guess what's spotting me? And, oh, look, there's a Hampshire. You guys want to see a magic trick? Now you see a Hampshire? No, you don't. Oh, man, these guns are so good on this ship. I really love this ship, guys. I mean, really. So we've taken out 2 people fully. And we are going ahead and trying, and you can see hit ship almost got rammed. Obviously, we knew the destroyer was there because we were spotted before Hampshire seen us. And we do a good job dodging torpedoes. So you can see the secondary and the sonar is going right now. And this Hayate gets himself in a bad spot, because now if he makes one mistake, he's going to be dead, right? I switch over to the HE to help take him out. And we're going to go ahead and showcase the HE. And you guys are never going to see a ship where I match, probably, where I don't at some point try to kill a destroyer. Right? Like, I have a terrible dog chasing syndrome of getting destroyers, pretty well known if you know the channel. And we're just going to absolutely smoke Hayate here. And he made the, I think he was going to get ready to try to torp maybe, because he just went broadside into the island. And no matter what he does, he's screwed because my sonar... And he knew it. Like, you could tell he knew he was in a bad spot. But here, this is what I like about this ship. I'm going to be really dumb from here on out. So we've completely taken out 3 people, right? All their health, right? I'm going to be real dumb here. And this ship is going to showcase me covering up my mistakes here that I do here at the end. So we have the Navarin, right? All right, so my first thought, oh, shit, secondary ship, and I just thought, oh, I'm in a cruiser, right? This was kind of a dumb play on my part. Looking back, I should have not done this, right? I should have actually just went at them. You see, we hit 5 of the 6 shells we shoot, but they bounce because Navarin's pretty well armored, right? I'm also checking... to torps, but he knocks out my torpedo. Again, another good showcase of torpedoes getting knocked out like crazy on this thing. But you're gonna see I have that other torpedoes, and you can see the angles on them. And I'm trying to let my teammates know, hey, don't do anything stupid. We got this match won. But then I'm gonna be me. And I'm gonna be real aggressive. You can see the good torpedo angles there on the ship. And I'm backing up, right? Or I'm doing the right. You either got to charge in that first scenario or get to a safe spot. I'm going to do neither. I'm going to back up and then turn back in, because I'm thinking, ooh, I got one set of torpedoes. Also, you guys will notice on my stats, I haven't hit a torpedo yet. It's because they're always knocked out. And also, they don't have the best range, obviously, with 6 kilometers. But they're still... I mean, I'm glad it has them, but they're knocked out all the time if you're the focus of an enemy team. You're going to see we take a turn here. Not the smartest deal here. I was like, I want to take this ship on, just see what it can do. And we're going to go ahead and take a good shot here at Navard. Now, you can see we have Citadel, you know, 2 cruisers already. And that's what I really like about these 12-inch guns. Like Alaska, they're still really good at citadeling they're really good at citadeling cruisers, but they also can do battleships just fine. And you're going to see this here. Now, I didn't realize what my turret traverse was, right? And you're going to see me make a giant mistake here in a second. But you're going to notice he starts to angle a little bit too far, and I'm thinking, man, I probably could get through right in the bow, right in front of that turret. And you can see we just smash him. Just absolutely smash him through the bow with the cruiser. Right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, obviously he just knocked out my other torpedo. And you're going to see I'm going to try to get my guns. I should have started turning them earlier. And you're going to see right when I wanted to shoot, I couldn't. And that's the dumb part of me. And I didn't realize the turret traverse was that bad at the time. So his secondaries are obviously doing work on me right now. But again, I don't want to be dumb and just give them a broadside to get my guns off here. And you guys are going to absolutely laugh at this next shot, guys. And this is what Agir is so good at to me, right? Broadside, you know, battleship starting to angle, bam, gone. 3 citadels, it's absolutely gone. And you cannot do that in this, you know, you cannot make that mistake against an Agir. This is absolutely, as you see, 176 damage, 1,000 damage. Top of the leaderboard, we took on everybody and all their health on this side, right? We completely carried on this match, and it's very much that way. Now, I know my win rate's a little high in this ship, and it probably come down a little bit, but it may stay up there because this ship has a very good ability to absolutely carry teams, like I just did right there. You know, we completely carried that side. And I absolutely love this ship. It may be, it's very early on, but I did say this about a few other ships that I now currently hold world records in, right? So this ship is absolutely one of my favorites. And I like it so much, I might even be careful how much I play it, okay? Just because I feel like it's very powerful, especially to my play style. Very good brawler. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, folks.